What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while. I want to make a quick video on my thoughts I've been having lately on the importance of mindset and the importance of maintaining a solid mindset and how to do so in our day-to-day lives. And I've been thinking about this. What prompted me to think about this is what's going on outside. You know, my window open here. It's getting colder out. We're getting into the colder months for a lot of people. And usually with the colder months, everything gets harder. I say this with my friends a lot, that everything in the winter months becomes longer to do. So it's like you already have to plan ahead in advance for life when you're have to make it to a meeting or make it to a class or make it to work on time. And you have to you have to do your best to factor in variables that are really outside of your control. So the way that we compensate for that is by planning ahead and giving ourselves a buffer. So whereas normally, for example, it would take you 10 minutes to get to work, you know that there's always going to be traffic. You don't know how much, and you usually don't know how long you're going to be sitting there. You can at least account for that. That was usually always a constant for you most mornings, right? You don't know how long you're going to be sitting in traffic, but let's be generous with it and say it's going to take 15 minutes. So you give yourself that buffer of 15 minutes, which means you get out the door 15 minutes before you normally would if the road was clear. And as we get into the winter months, this is more important than ever. Because now on your daily commute to work, along with traffic to factor into, you have to factor in snow and ice, cleaning off your car in the morning, especially if you are someone who can't keep your car in a garage. So you got to stand out there scraping. You scrape for 5 minutes, and then your crappy gloves you're wearing, your fingers are getting frozen and you can't move them anymore. So you have to get back in the car and heat them up. And it can take 30 minutes sometimes for all of that to be done. It takes a while. Everything gets at least a little harder in the winter. Everything becomes more of a chore. Everything takes longer in the winter months. And along with that, seasonal depression is a real thing. Why is it a real thing? Look around. Fall is fleeting. It's starting to leave us. It's being replaced with death and decay all around us. That's what you see. Every tree you look at outside, the days get dark and the days get shorter. Nighttime comes in quicker. It's dark. It can be depressing. And we all know this. Our moods and our mindsets tend to sink during these months. So it's more important than ever to try however you can to maintain a mindset, a solid mindset of strength, and to have a mindset that motivates you. Mindset is everything, as I've learned. Really just in the last few months. I think I've made a video before where I talked about how we as humans, as the creatures we are, look out at the world, at the objective world, and we make it subjective by placing meanings and values onto things around us in our environments. So one way we do that, and I think I used this example in my video, one way that we do that is we look at the pile of dishes in our sink. We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it because we tell ourselves it's hard or it's going to be boring. And these judgments that we place, these judgments are the right way of looking at it. The judgments that we place on these tasks, going and washing the car, or just getting gas for your car, vacuuming your room, cleaning the dishes, taking out the trash. These are all things that aren't really fun. They're pretty boring, but you do them because you have to. We can flip that though. They are still as they are. Objectively, they are tasks that need to be done. But our mindset, how we view these things, we are in control of that. And I think that's a very stoic way to view that. No, we do. It's on our to-do list. We just have to. There are plenty of things in life we have to do just to survive. Plenty of things we have to do just to keep the lights on and to keep everything working fine. A lot of things we do in life don't necessarily keep us moving forward. It just keeps us from falling behind. Taking out the trash, vacuuming your room, dusting, cleaning the dishes, mowing the lawn. All these things you are maintaining what you have right now so that you don't let things fall into decay. Because life is always in a constant state of decay, even if it's slow for a lot of things, which it usually is. Everything's always decaying around us. And it takes constant vigilance to not let it be that way, to notice things in our environment that are in decay, that are falling apart, and to go and fix them, or at least to maintain them. As long as we're maintaining, we don't have to keep fixing everything, right? But we can look at a task like that, like taking out the garbage. And we can choose what we say to ourselves when it comes to that task. We can choose to tell ourselves that this task is going to be so boring that, it's difficult, we don't want to do it. By telling ourselves that, we greatly increase the chances that it's just not going to get done. Or we're going to tell ourselves things like, we'll do it tomorrow. If that's the case, as we all know, it never gets done. Or the other thing that we can tell ourselves is, it's really not that bad. Or it's really easy. Like taking out the garbage is easy. It is. It just is an easy task. Or washing the dishes is an easy task. It is. Now, objectively, there isn't any easy, hard, simple. It doesn't exist. It's all up here. It's subjectively how we view difficulty. Difficulty is a concept that we create. It doesn't actually exist just in the objective world around us. It is yet another thing that another idea, another concept we have in our head. Things that are difficult or not, things that are boring or not. So we have a choice, just as we have choices in the judgments that we place on everything and everyone around us, which we're doing all the time. We have choices in these things we do. So we can choose to tell ourselves that taking out the trash is going to be so incredibly boring and hard. Or we can tell ourselves, look, man, it's not the most fun thing in the world, but it's easy. It's easy, man. Taking out the trash takes like 2 minutes. It's so easy. And it's good for us. Take out the trash now, and we don't have to do it later. It's a little sacrifice in the present, but it helps in the future. There are so many things that we can tell ourselves to make things worse. And if we know that side of the coin, what that also means on the flip side is that there are so many things we can tell ourselves to make things better. At the end of the day, these tasks are always just that, tasks. They're in the objective sense. But when it comes to the meaning, the value, the judgment that we place on them, that's completely up to us. So whether you think that something is boring or not, difficult or not, stressful or not, ultimately is up to you. And that's probably how a Stoic would view it too. That while we're not in control of everything around us in life, we are in control of ourselves. We're in control of our thoughts, in control of our feelings, in control of our words, in control of our actions. And the thoughts are very important to focus on here. It's completely up to you. It's completely up to me how I choose to view everything on my to-do list, everything that I know I have to do or know I should do in my life. It is 100% up to me. And however I view this task, I'm right. If I say it's hard, it's hard. If I say it's easy, it's easy. The task always stays the same, but you can choose whether or not and how you want to motivate yourself. And as I said, it's more important now than ever. We're getting into these colder months. We need an iron mindset now more than ever. We need a mindset of strength now more than ever, right? To get ourselves through these winter months. But not just to get through these winter months, along with everything else that's going on in the world. If you're watching this right now, at the time of the COVID-19 pandemic that's currently still has us in its grips. Along with everything else that's going on, these winter months is compounding down on it, adding to the complexity and the difficulty of this situation. It's more important now, more than ever, that we have this mindset. So that not only are we getting through these winter months, which are going to be with us for the next few months, depending on where you live, it's not enough that we just get through them, but also that we can, if we choose to, thrive in these months. We don't just have to get through it. get through the next day. We can thrive in these months and continue to grow every day. Continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to be a student of life. And that all starts with mindset. Mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, that's why I keep repeating it over and over. Mindset is everything. And I'm making this video because I've realized that. We cannot control everything that goes on around us, but we can control our thoughts. And to be specific, we can control our mindset. And that will determine not just if we get through what we're going through, but how we will. And if we'll come out on the other side stronger or not. So those are my thoughts on the importance of mindset. I've been thinking about lately, as I said, as the winter months are being ushered in here. And they always seem to surprise us. Before we know it, it's getting really cold outside and everything gets harder, right? So thanks for listening, guys. Hope you appreciated this video and got something of value from it. Make sure to subscribe for more and to like this video and comment down below. Let me know what you think, and feel free to give me suggestions on anything else you'd like to hear about in the future on this channel. And until next time, I will catch you guys later. Peace.